Hello friends, welcome into another video. I'm Das Food, and today we're doing something pretty different. And if you are used to going over to my Twitch streams, Das_food on Twitch, if you're not, by the way, it's a super fun time. Hope to see you there. If you are used to doing that, you probably notice, hey, Food's hair is gone. No need to be alarmed. I got this new thing. It's called a haircut. It's crazy. It really changed my life. Now, I wanted to do something that breaks from my usual content today, and that is just to gush about LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. If you're here because of the DBD content, don't worry, we're back to that tomorrow. I'm not moving away from DBD. I have just been having the best time with LEGO Star Wars, and I had to make a video about it. So, right off the dome, I guess we'll call this a review, and let me go on and just... There's no teasing here, I'm just going for it. This is one of the most fun games I've ever played. And I realize that YouTube is full of people making hyperbolic takes just to, just to try to get reactions, right? I realize you may be saying, okay, but I mean, it's a Lego game, Food. How fun can it be? And let me tell you, extremely fun. This game has had my undivided attention. To try to break away from it to make DBD content has just been impossible. So I thought, you know what? Let's not try. Let's not break away from it. Let's just put out a video expressing my thoughts. And there's a main reason I want to do this is because on Friday, I guess the past Friday from when I'm recording this, I was doing a stream that was supposed to be a DBD stream, but because I am a man-child, I was like, no, I'm going to play with Legos instead. And somebody came in, a new viewer, and they were like, hey, I'm on the fence about buying this. How would you recommend I proceed? Would you say buy it? And that made me realize that I need to do all I can to pump this out there and say yes, 1000% yes. If you're on the fence and you haven't bought this yet because you don't want to spend $60 on a new game, or $50 actually, you can get the base version of this for $50. I say go for it. This is, and it's going to sound silly, this is my Elden Ring. So whereas so many people had Elden Ring circled on their calendars and they eagerly awaited it, and then it dropped. And it was everything they wanted and more. That's this game for me. This game is absolutely what I wanted out of a LEGO Star Wars game. I am blown away by how fun this is. It takes me directly back to my childhood of playing the original LEGO Star Wars, complete saga. I'd play that with both of my brothers. It was just a great time. And this is, as hard as it is for me to believe, I can't believe I'm saying this, this is an improvement on the original LEGO Star Wars in every way. In every single way, this is better. This game, there's nothing I can look at the original one and say, yeah, but I wish they had carried this over. Because even things like, the mumbling instead of actual voice acting, you can turn that on if you want to. You do not have to play with the voice acting. So if that's a deal breaker for you, you like your LEGO games to not have voice acting, which I know a lot of people are that way, and that's fine. I don't mind the voice acting. I love it. Yeah, it's completely something you can do, and they really did think of everything. And on the note of the voice acting, guys, it's really damn good. I was gonna say for being a LEGO game, but no, just for being a game in general, it's really good voice acting. So a lot of the cast of the Clone Wars TV show actually reprised their roles. So Anakin Skywalker, Count Dooku, Palpatine, all of these guys have their actual voice actors from the Clone Wars, which are quickly becoming very synonymous with these characters. And it's just so cool to me to get to hear Obi-Wan Kenobi as I like to hear him. It's not Ewan McGregor, but it's the next best thing, right? And I think the voice acting is very impressive. I think the comedy in this game is extremely well done. You may not like slapstick, and if you don't, maybe this isn't for you. But if you do like goofy, innocent slapstick fun, it's really, really funny. So they have a few moments where they kind of fake you out. They had one where it looks like you killed Darth Maul and Qui-Gon survives, and they kind of fake you out there, and it's really, really funny. So I'm really, really a fan of the comedy in this game. I'm a fan of the voice acting, the graphics. It's something that it's so interesting to me because I've had people come in and say like, hey, isn't it weird that like it's a LEGO game, but we're talking about the graphics? And it is. It's hard to explain why the blocks look so much better here. But the blocks do. It's really fantastic. And I think what really sets this one apart is the non-LEGO parts of the environment. So things like the oceans on Kamino or the mountains on Tatooine, they are beautifully done. And it really helps you immerse yourself in this world. Another thing I need to mention that is very different from past LEGO games is that instead of hopping in and just doing a mission at a time and then returning to a hub world, every mission has its own hub world, complete with little mini games to play and collectibles to find, and it's extremely fun. I remember running around on Utapau. I'm supposed to be there to kill General Grievous, and instead I'm just running around looking for everything I can unlock. And I wouldn't recommend doing that, by the way. I would say play through the entire game, unlock as many characters as you can, and then do free roam. But I was an eager beaver, so I decided, no, I'm just gonna run around and I'm gonna have fun on Utapau. Plus, Grievous is one of my favorites, so I wasn't in a hurry to kill him anyway. But that's the nice little levels of detail that you get with this. It is absolutely amazing to me how detailed each of these hub worlds are, and it's really, really fun. Additionally, I want to put it out there that if you're one of those people who kind of prides themselves on like, I don't like Star Wars, I've never watched it, or maybe you've watched it and it's like, I couldn't get into Star Wars, it's not that great, I didn't get it. This would be a fantastic way for you to try to give the franchise another try, because I don't want to be blasphemous here, but this may be the best version of the Star Wars story ever told. This is the prequels without the terrible acting. This is the sequels without all of the just idiotic Disney interference. This is this is the original trilogy without the stilted acting. That's kind of a problem throughout the franchise, actually, is the acting. Not to say everybody was bad in the originals, but you get my point. There were some awkward line deliveries. But this is the best version of the Star Wars story. Now, I want to clarify before anyone in the comments loses their mind over this. I'm not saying this is the best Star Wars story ever. This is taking what we now call the Skywalker Saga, episodes 1 through 9, and telling it in the most enjoyable way I have ever experienced. This is really, really fantastic, and I can't recommend it enough. I'm not going to waste any more of your time. Well, actually, hold up. I am going to waste a little more time because I want to tell you my negatives, because no game is perfect and there are a few things I would like to see changed. The good news is these are mostly technical. So the game has crashed on me a few times, and that has been rather frustrating. The good news is, because of the game's autosave feature, I am able to come back in not having lost any of my collectibles or any of my studs. That's enjoyable. I'm glad that they seem to be, at least they had the foresight to think that through, and that's nice. But that being said, it never feels good when it crashes. For me, as a PC player, it's a little shocking that a game that came out in 2022 has the issues of, if I tab out to do something on a different tab, sometimes that just really throws the game for a funk. It starts freezing up and it'll start switching all of my tabs to the same screen. Very odd. I can't really think of another game that does that, and maybe it's a setting I need to mess around with, but that's definitely a little frustrating, because when I'm just out like farming studs to try to buy upgrades and all that, I like to have a YouTube video going on the side, and if I tab out to mess with that, for whatever reason, it sends my PC, it throws it for a loop, and that would definitely be another thing. Lastly, I've had some stuttering issues with the video quality, so occasionally, kind of like Elden Ring, actually. I've seen people have that same issue with Elden Ring, where it just kind of occasionally stutters. Thankfully, this isn't Elden Ring, where, you know, a stutter could get you killed in a combat encounter you might have been trying for the last 4 hours. You know, nothing quite so hard here. But it is still frustrating, and it's a little more shocking because Elden Ring does have, you know, these super high fidelity graphics and all that. And this is a Lego game, so I'm a little shocked by the stuttering. It's a minor thing, but it is an annoyance. And lastly, the difficulty. This game is ridiculously easy, and I get it that it's a Lego game made for children. I understand that, so I want this one to be taken with a grain of salt. But for me personally, I wouldn't mind being pushed a little harder. I wouldn't mind difficulty settings, which maybe they have, but I didn't see them. I did one pass through, so look, I'm an idiot. I miss things. Maybe they're there and I just completely whiffed on it. But I just noticed that it really seems like you have to try to lose. And even when you do die, the penalty is just not really there. You really don't lose much because your coins scatter around, a small selection of them. But if you're like me and you bought the thing where you have the magnet where the coins just come to you, you collect them all in like half a second, so you actually lost no coins. So the difficulty's not great there, but I would say those are my relatively minor complaints. You'll notice that none of those were super game breaking, so you know, you have the crashes, that'll get fixed, that'll get patched out, I have no doubt in my mind. You have the stuttering, again, I think that'll get patched out relatively quickly. You have the difficulty, dude, it's a children's game. I'm not going to knock on points for not making a children's game more difficult. You know, I don't really have a big issue with this game, and for that reason, because there are so many decided positives and so few real negatives, I'm going to give this one a 9 out of 10. I think this is just an incredible achievement in gaming to make something in the current year that is so wholesome and so innocent and so fun, so ridiculously fun. I am just loving every second of it. And again, I am streaming it on Twitch more than I'm streaming, well, not more than I'm streaming anything else. I'm still doing DBD 3 times a week, but you know, I'm trying to get more Lego Star Wars streams in because I just have so much fun with those. But anyway, that's going to do it for me. I hope you go out and you buy Lego Star Wars. And if you already have it, please tell me if you're enjoying it or not. If you have anything that you think I missed, like, hey, you know, maybe you like the game too, but hey, food, there are some things I don't love that you didn't really cover here. Or maybe some things that you're like, I can't believe you didn't talk about this. This is an incredible part of the game. You can do that as well. Let me know. I'm always glad to hear from you. But until next time, I've been DasFood. Bye, friends.
I've been dreaming on in my head like I've seen it. A life worth living is a life with meaning. I'll do what I love till my heart stops beating. I'm feeding this demon. Got a taste, can't erase bitterness in my